if I evaluated the Urza Gingerbread House deck since Neo came out. We had a deck tech for that deck earlier. I think that like a big problem with that deck is like just how efficient the interaction is now, and you're playing just so many like 3-mana spells. I think that's a pretty awkward place to be, but not necessarily an issue that you can't rectify. I haven't seen too many turn 1 Arbor Elves lately. Saw someone with the Black March, not convinced by it. Yeah, I think the Black March is like, it's fine. I don't think it's unplayable, but I think for the most part, I would rather be, this is a weird deck. I would rather be playing cheap removal and expensive threats that are value spells, and I could be wrong about the March. It could be correct to play it, but like I don't know how you fit it in over Fatal Pushes, Bloodchief's Thirst, the discard spells, and Damnation. Like I think one huge and easy trap to fall into when you're playing this deck is I think it's very, very easy to just play too many removal spells. To play like 4 push, 4 march, 2 damnation, 2/3 damnation. Play like 11 main deck removal spells that are dead against control and big mana and combo. And I think it's really important that you're not going to be too overloaded on those effects. And I think that you really need to be very careful to not be. I love playing rogues in standard. Is there a modern deck that plays similarly? I've actually tried playing some with rogues. I think that like Murktide and plays somewhat similarly. There's also Mill, but I have actually played with rogues in modern not that long ago. It is like surprisingly okay. I think I'm gonna hold the Urborg for a turn because I kind of, if they're gonna pillage me because they're playing Ponza, I kind of would rather than pillage the coffers and the Urborg, obviously. A deck tech for Ruler, Esper Hammer. It's the Bone Crusher Giant over here. I guess I'm gonna Damnations since Thirst can deal with a Planeswalker, and I also don't take 2 damage from the Bone Crusher trigger. I personally see a lot of people cutting the 4th Springleaf Drum for the first Paradise Mantle in Hammer, and I just don't know how I feel about it. It could be fine, but it is also like absolutely my experience that I think that all of your best draws in Hammer are involve 0-mana creature Springleaf Drum on turn 1, and I think that while it seems fine to potentially like trim and oh, double Bolt Walk. I guess I'm not gonna Castle Locthwain. Well, I think it's fine to like trim on Springleaf Drum post board, like reducing those like linear explosive draws game 1. I think is not good, and like I think the Paradise Mantle is fine. I think that I would just basically never cut the 4th Springleaf Drum from the main deck though. I think that Paradise Mantle's fine. There's some cool tricks with it. I don't think it's mandatory. But I do kind of feel the 4th Springleaf Drum is mandatory, and I think you have a lot of options, of course, for what you can play in that spot. Let's get a Tekanuma here, I guess, and Liliana. You have a lot of options, of course, of what you can play in that spot. It's kind of like, you know, but I think that like the main deck Portable Hull also feels like very much a flex spot, and a card that like I would just rather see as a sideboard card in Hammer, because there are matchups it's not good in. Oh, I guess we get Karn now. There are matchups it's not good in, and there are I think generally going to be better things to be doing, like just be more linear again with the Springleaf Drum. I think I'm grabbing Wurmcoil. Yeah, Tekanuma was great for sure. I think I didn't have it in my deck last night. I forgot about it. So that's the change. That's the main change I would make. 23. Oh, also maybe cut a land actually. I think 22 lands is fine, even with like your mana being a little more stretched, splashing black for Thoughtseize on the side. 4th Springleaf Drum also helps with the splash too. Sideboard looks pretty good. I do feel like it's missing something. I'm trying to think. Chat, is there like something obvious from the Hammer sideboard I'm missing? I don't know. Oh, let me sideboard. I think I may actually just resubmit. Yeah, I think I'm just resubmitting actually. Kind of, yeah, I think cutting a land for drum is what I recommend if you really want to play the first main deck portable hole, which I think is fine to play. But just not just obviously a flex spot. You can play a blacksmith skill and then flex spot 2, which I think may be better. Where are my hammer lists? I don't know. Cyber looks fine. I don't know. I just feel like there's something I usually like, but maybe I don't know. I could be wrong. I also can't find any of my hammer lists. There we go. Okay, I figured out why the sideboard looked weird, chat. I figured out why the sideboard looked weird. Oh, also, there's no Cauldron either. Okay, I actually like Cauldron Hammer. I know that it seems to be popular. Yeah, I would probably go -1 land, minus the portable hole, +1 Cauldron, +1 Springleaf. What I really like about Cauldron is that it makes your opponent kill Stoneforge Mystic. As someone who plays a lot of interactive decks, Cauldron can be kind of a nightmare because I used to be like pretty happy to just ignore a Stoneforge Mystic and just like use my removal on other things or advance my board state. Cauldron makes Stoneforge Mystic a kill on sight card. It is, and there's also like a lot of cool chicks you get with it with Pure Steel Paladin. It adds a lot of power to the deck, but just the fact that you have to kill Stoneforge Mystic on sight is a huge deal. And even if you side out Stoneforge Mystic, if you show them Cauldron game 1, then all of a sudden like they're gonna be thinking about killing your Stoneforge Mystic, worried that you have Cauldron in your hand that they're just gonna lose to. So I'm a big believer in Cauldron in Hammer Time. I think that its effects can be somewhat invisible, but as someone who's played against a lot of Cauldron Hammer Time, I'm like pretty scared of the card. Okay, good hand. I'm gonna fetch a Swamp on turn 1 to hedge against Blood Moon, I guess. Big on Sophie and Hammer, so much Murktide. I mean, you have a good Murktide matchup anyways, I think, but Sophie's okay. It's fine. I've been thinking if your opponent gets a Hammer Stoneforge Mystic, do you always assume they have Stoneforge Mystic in hand? Not necessarily, but like you definitely think about it. It was my experience playing against it. Like I'm definitely worried that they have it when they get Hammer. Like you don't always think it, but like you like there's been plenty of spots where my opponent has tutored Hammer with Stoneforge Mystic, and I'm looking at my hand. I'm like, I just lose if they have Cauldron, and like I can like play something to advance my board state, or I can kill the Stoneforge Mystic and not just lose if they have Cauldron, and it's just like a pain to make that decision, you know. I'm trying to think. I'm probably going to be assembling Cabal Coffers Urborg. I probably could wait on the Thoughtseize, get one with the map, one with the Profane Tutor, and then next turn Thoughtseize or Damnation. Or potentially grab basic Swamp if they Blood Moon me here. Maybe not having Cauldron is powerful in its own right. I mean, yeah, like I think reducing that potential dead draw is obviously like I'm not saying that there's no payoff, there's no trade-off when playing Cauldron. It's definitely not the case, but this is my take on Cauldron. I think it is worth like the potential of that one dead draw, which is not even which becomes undead when you have a Stoneforge Mystic too. Okay. I guess I should have played the Cabal Coffers because of Pillage. Elder Gargaroth, triple Bloodbraid Elf, Lightning Bolt. I guess I'll take the Bolt. Cold 2 Blood Moon or Bloodbraid into Blood Moon this turn. There's the lane for Bloodbraid. Is it more Cauldron being good or the threat of being there? I mean, it's a combination of column A, a combination of column B. But at the very least, I feel like people don't respect the threat of it very much, which is kind of like the point I'm really trying to hammer home. Yeah, it's also it also gets Force of Vigor, a really important card to have access to. So I'm definitely want to try to invoke Despair because this makes them sack their Utopia Sprawl, which makes them definitely colder to their mana screw. Yeah, unintentional pun there. We have millions of mana next turn, but I guess not too much to do with it. They also drew a land for another Bloodbraid Elf, kind of unfortunately for me. Let's see what they hit. They hit Bone Crusher Giant, which I really hope they just cast as a creature. They stomp, rightfully so. Attacking me for 6 down to 4. And then they have another Bloodbraid Elf, so I kind of have to draw something. A lot of good draws in the deck. And it's Bloodbraid Elf, Elder Gargaroth. They've got the Bone Crusher. I got something. Alright, how much mana do I have? 12? Am I just going to Wurmcoil? Hard to argue too much with the Wurmcoil. I also get to get another Coffers for next turn if I want it. I can also get Takenuma. Citadel or no guts. Alright, there's Bloodbraid, Gargaroth, Mystery Card. They also have Bone Crusher. They're going to combat. It's weird. Don't know what they're attacking both at Karn. Okay, just killing Karn. Let's kill the Endurance. Yeah, a well-disguised Tron. Yeah, it's Tron that actually gets to play like cheap interactive spells, which I like. How good is the Grist Dermo Taxi combo? Okay, explain the combo to me. I'm like really dumb. I think I attack. Attack, Damnation, Takenuma, Karn. I guess if they block like this, I don't need to Damnation. Spiker been playing Paper Ephraim. I haven't been playing Paper Ephraim, no. Would I be willing to make... I've just been playing like tournaments. I'd be willing to make some Paper Ephraim streams videos. Yeah, I think I might stream the SCG in April. It is also my birthday weekend, so I might, you know, like taking that time off has some serious value, some serious EV, but I'm open to the idea. Is Takenuma on Karn better than Takenuma on Wurmcoil? Yeah, I think we should just Takenuma the Wurmcoil. My plan was that I guess we're getting Damnation anyways. Yeah. Still have that Bloodbraid Elf. But, like, I mean, the second Wurmcoil is just so hard for them to beat, too. Oh, never mind. We're dead. They've got to cloth us. They can get Devotion here. Yeah, they're one short. I can't help myself. I love Bolas' Citadel. Or I can also Wishclaw Talisman for Archon of Cruelty. That's probably better. But I should have played this stupid. I should have got Archon. Oh, I could get Invoke Prejudice to kill Clothis. Oh, sorry, I said it. Invoke Despair. We had that whole conversation earlier. I know. We had this whole conversation. We already screamed at chat. It was this whole thing. Forgive the faux pas. Whoa! Baloth. I already yelled at some racists in the chat. It's okay. It's okay. We're fine. Don't make me do it again. I'm out of yelling. Cancel Spike now, please. Finally, I'm free. Yeah, this deck has been a lot of fun. Opponent's still playing. I mean, if they can't kill my Karn, they can activate their Talisman. But then we can Bolas the Citadel if they can't kill the Karn. Yeah, it's been a good run, boys. It's been a good run. Oh, they exiled my Wurmcoil, so now I can Karn it back. What do they have to Wishclaw for? Yeah, I don't know. Like, your guess is as good as mine, but that would be step one, right? Yeah, Karn Wishclaw is pretty cool. Settle their echoes. We'll play around it. Just no attacks. Archon is Profane Tutor target and Wishclaw Talisman target. And also, like, you're just able to hardcast it a lot of the time. Ooh. I mean, this game's like still pretty over. Do I have lethal? I've got 12 plus 9, 21. Yeah, I've got lethal on board. Okay, casting the Bone Crusher does nothing. It just gets sacked Archon. Yeah, anybody's game. My opponent has only one game action they can attack, which is to cast the Bone Crusher Giant. They're debating the merits of doing it or not, but either way, they're dead. And they finally do the math and they concede. Okay, I like this hand. Valk, thank you for the 18 months. Appreciate you, buddy. So I can maybe go Tutor on turn 2 into Crack Map, Urborg, Bloodchief's Thirst on 3 into Profane Tutor for something big. See what happens. Play against the Hammer Time variant. Our hand's pretty good against the Hammer Time variant. Why is Cabal Coffers not legendary? I guess like they just have that much of the coffers, you know? Oh, it's Scales. Scales with Springleaf Drum? Kind of weird. This does have Ward 2, which is kind of a pain. So I'm just going to grab the Urborg, though, and hold up the push. Oh, they play a drum as a Saga target. Yeah, of course, of course. Second Patchwork. I'm not super likely to grab a Damnation. Maybe I will, though. We'll see. How much mana am I going to have? I'm going to have 5 mana next turn. I could get an Invoke Despair, which would kill one of the Patchwork Automatons and would kill their Hardened Scales and let me draw a card. Drawing the card, obviously, pretty relevant. Killing this, the Scales, pretty relevant. What do you think about Deadly Dispute plus Hard Evidence in Dimir Control? You need to play a lot more cards that synergize with Deadly Dispute for it to be good. It is also the case, though, that Deadly Dispute is definitely one of the cards I'm really, really looking at, trying to find a good home for. Yeah, let's get the Invoke Despair. Oh boy. I guess it is a little awkward though that I could die. It's really hard for me to die though with the Scales dead. It's like, yeah, really tough for me to die here. I would play Rights over Dispute. Rights over Dispute. Oh yeah, yeah, sorry. Village Rights. Millions of mana next turn. That Saga's dead. Being able to kill enchantments as a black deck feels really weird to me too. Like I know that like this has been a thing for a little while now, but I'm still not like really used to it, I think. Dead to the Ozolith, maybe? Not dead to that. That's a pretty good card for them to sacrifice though. We're taking a decent hit as well. So Coffers. Guess we Coffers again. I think we invoke before we cast any of our thirsts. We're going to be casting some thirst here, I think. Don't we push it first? It has Ward 2. Okay. Yeah, I think I just Bloodchief's Thirst, the Patchwork, pay the Ward 2, pass. I'll sack this to the Archon, but I'll be able to survive just by holding up the push. We can pay. You just wanted the Thirst last turn and pay. That may have been better, yeah. We don't have an O-Stone on the board, no. I mean, like killing their Hardened Scales did feel really important to me, though. Killing the Saga here was nice. Second Ravager. It's fine, I think. Man, they have had a really good draw, huh? Oh, but they're going in on the Ravager. So if I push here, they get 2 counters on Thopter or Ballista. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think I just push now. And then, like, I'm okay taking 2 from this or this, but then I get to play Thirst on the Ballista, then Liliana Edict the Thopter, and they're left with just a Nexus with no way to modular. Oh, interesting that they sacked the Springleaf Drum. That's also fine. So see if we draw any gas. I think that qualifies. Thirst the Ballista. Edict the Thopter token and pass. Sideboard card against scales could be Leyline of Void, stop modular. Yeah, we're gonna bring in our Voidwalkers. But yeah, Leyline of the Void is good against scales. Alright, they packed it in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bring in the Voidwalkers. I think Voidwalkers for Liliana makes a lot of sense. I could play 1 Liliana over the first Tourach. I think that's probably okay too. Early scoop, yeah, a little bit, but you know they're pretty behind for sure, and I had a ton of mana. Could they keep playing with Yawgmoth? Yeah. Like they weren't 100% dead. I would have probably taken a draw step and fired them, but you know, they're free to concede at any time. Yeah, this deck has been really cool today. I've been liking it. My favorite part about this deck is I also get to yell at chat about their suggestions. Really twist the knife as deep as I can, really make them feel bad. I think I put back one of the 2 maps. I'm not sure. Maybe I need both. I think I put back 1. Do you want to try Deathcloud? Deathcloud in every Deathcloud deck is the worst card in the deck. I just don't understand the appeal. Like, this deck is trying to assemble a lot of lands to generate a lot of mana, and then Deathcloud, you just sack all of them. I genuinely don't understand why it would be beneficial. The Saga's pretty good against us here. They'll just take the Walker. They can play the Saga. Deathcloud is fun. I mean, if that's your reason, that's fine. If that's your reason, you are correct. Even the Deathcloud is fun. I think I like suspending the Tutor, but I just always wonder, like, is that really it? Is that really why everybody likes Deathcloud? Just because it's fun? Surely there's got to be something more. Martinez, with the 2 months, appreciate ya. I think it was important to Thoughtseize here. I think there's a good chance I find Damnation off the Profane Tutor. Maybe not. Yeah, Sphere blocks the Cabal Coffers, which is fine. Martinez with the 2 months and Nonsense with the 13. New office. Could watch your work. Awesome. Congrats on the new job. Or is it like you work from home and you got a new office space? Either way, congrats. They got Zabaz. Another Scales. Yeah. So we're taking 10 next turn. Ugh. Yeah, the Damping Sphere stops me from Damnationing. Is there anything else that's super reasonable to get? Not really. Brutal. Alright, let's just survive. Our fetch is strictly for Fatal Push? Yeah. Okay, they can't activate Zabaz's ability, so we go to 1 here. Then we die to a Ballista at any point in the game. I'm going to get an Urborg, so if I do draw Cabal Coffers, it at least taps for mana. Or I can tap my fetch lands for mana too when I'm at 1. What happened? I drew Damnation for turn, so if I hadn't cast the Profane Tutor and I drew Damnation for turn, I would have been able to not take like 12 damage. I drew the second Urborg. I only played 2. They have to sack one of their Hardened Scales, which is admittedly not that relevant here. Yeah, I could kill the Damping Sphere by turning it into a creature with Karn and then, you know, Bloodchief's thirsting it or something. Out of gas, though. And, like, my opponent will eventually draw Walking Ballista if I don't draw Karn first. So I'm hoping to draw Karn soon. Yeah, we have Cling to Dust in the deck to gain life. Cling to Dust would also be a way to not lose to Walking Ballista. How's the deck feeling? It's been feeling really good so far. I think right now I'm pretty happy with the list, but I also do expect it to change somewhat over time, especially with the Karn sideboard. Okay, Welding Jar. Yeah, no companion here. I'm not gonna push that. I can Damnation to kill the Zabaz and it doesn't get regenerated. Let's just see what we draw though. There's not really any rush for me here, I feel. Yeah, I'll just fire off the Damnation. Which is maybe bad against like Walking Ballista, I guess. Or Hangerback Walker, sorry. Okay, so now I push, end of turn, push, pay, untap Thirst. Yeah, I need to draw Karn. I need to draw Karn before they draw Ballista. That's like really, I think, all this game is right now. There is indeed a missed castle activation. Yeah, I could have activated castle, huh? Why keep letting the Ozolith trigger resolve? What's the point in there was what what could I have done? They just regenerate anyways. I had no way to stop the Ozolith trigger there. Didn't play their land into the Liliana. Yawgmoth. I'm not dead to think about this turn, right? Next turn, though. We'll have Urborg to turn the fetch land into a swamp, but... I need to draw Karn, and I can grab a Needle. Karn, Fatal Push. Archon of Cruelty. Why not draw the Castle? I don't know if... I feel like most of you guys are trolling, but again, you lose life with Castle. It's not just 3-mana draw a card. You lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. I'm at 1 life right now. I know that I'm sure that most of you are trolling, but for those of you who are not, that's why we're not doing this. Now I'll draw with Castle because we're dead. And see the Karn on top. Invoke Despair. Let's just go to game 2 or game 3. Sorry. Yeah, I just missed the line earlier. Yeah, I should have activated response. Misplay, chat. Please don't burn me alive. Could you kill him about Thirst? No, Thirst is a sorcery, so it can't. I'm gonna try this hand. Obviously, it's like really risky. I do really like triple discard spell though. If we draw 1 land, we can Profane Tutor for Urborg. And I also like that if we kind of have 2 turns to draw a land as well, because we get to make our land drop with Cabal Coffers next turn. Even if we missed our land drop, we get to cast another discard spell, and then us missing the land drop is not as bad as it could be. Hangerback Walker, Walking Ballista, 2 natural states. So it's easy. Take the Hangerback Walker first. Thoughts on Sphere of Annihilation? I have Sphere of Annihilation in the sideboard. I think it's like that feels better to me than Oblivion Stone, just because of how like cheap it is mana wise. And we did draw the land, awesome. But it's obviously a conversation. Is Lazarith any good in the board, dude? I don't get me started on Lazarith. You're gonna make me put that card in the deck. Like when I was learning to play Magic, there was a Lazarith in the deck I learned to play Magic in. I can't afford I can't afford to put that card in the deck right now. I'm sorry, but boy does that sound like a good time to me. So he has 2 natural states. I'm going to have 5 mana next turn. They're going to get to make Urza Saga token. Yeah, Lazarus might not even be bad, to be honest. But would it be good? Yeah, I think I'm just getting another Cabal Coffers this turn. I'm shouldn't be dead next turn, and I have so much more mana next turn here. And I'm also like okay if they Nature's Claim this expedition map, especially because like I mean they wouldn't do it right now. And then like maybe I'm gonna be Karning for Sphere of Annihilation, assuming I'm not dead. Maybe I'll be grabbing Wurmcoil Engine, but I don't think I don't have 10 mana next turn, do I? This is gonna be 5, then down 2, plus another 5 up to 8. Yeah, I think I should be 1 mana short of Karn for Wurmcoil. Can't activate Bliss if Karn is out. Yeah, I mean these natural states are just so bad against me though. Or like unnecessary, I think. Maybe bad is an exaggeration. Yeah, I guess the natural states are also bad. Also kill my sphere, sorry. I guess that's not really a line. Yeah, they have the natural states for the bridge too. We'll figure something out. We'll wait till we draw. But it looks like they're not, you know, we are at 14 live. We've got some time here, I think. There it is, natural state, 2 mystery cards. Yeah, they have something to do here, obviously, though, if they're gonna not make a construct. Okay, that's a lot more pressure, actually. I need to double count my mana, but I'm pretty sure I'm 1 mana short. Voidwalker. It's kind of an interesting draw because of modular, but probably doesn't get the job done. Yeah, I'm 1 mana short. I can Wishclaw Talisman for something. I can go Karn. I mean, let me just cast the Karn first. They may respawn with Ravager. Okay, they did not. So I can Talisman minus get a push. That might be my only way to win. No, they have natural state in their hand, so if I get Ensnaring Bridge, I just die, chat. I just die. I can go Voidwalker plus on the expedition map, but then I die to any artifact. Can't you map for coffers? I've already played a land this turn. Like, what is mapping for coffers does nothing for me. Bridge casts both cards. Again, listen, this is like a super obvious line, but they have they have 2 natural states in their hand. I think I have to get Wishclaw Talisman. I think I have to get Wishclaw Talisman Fatal Push. Yeah, if I had Ratchet Bomb over Sphere, we'd be okay here. Which is maybe a reason to do it, right? Yeah, Ballista would help here too. Which is maybe a reason to play it. I don't know, you just can't play everything. No, you can't tick on creature spells with Karn. I think my only line is Talisman for push. No, if we plus 1 on the map, they natural state the map, right? Yeah, Ratchet Bomb is maybe better than Sphere. Sphere doesn't seem that good, although it was like something I was excited to have against Rhinos, but I would be excited to have Ratchet Bomb too. So that's maybe a switch we'll make going forward. Like killing constructs immediately is pretty relevant. It is also, of course, really bad for us that they probably get to tutor with the Talisman. I'm probably dead to that. If they send everything at Karn. I mean, it's also like they can probably guess that I got a Fatal Push and just send everything at Karn. No, they didn't. Okay, so if I push this Arcbound Ravager, if I push the Ravager, they modular, and I get hit for 8. Okay, I guess this was a good attack by them then. Yeah, this makes sense. No, this shrinks to 4. This goes to 4. I'm taking 7. I go to 7. Yeah, I go to 1. My card also goes to 1 loyalty. But so it might just dead if I let them Talisman, right? If I let them Talisman here, they just Talisman for Ballista, and if I push here, then I take 2 down to 6. They Talisman for Ballista. I'm not dead this turn. How do you take 7 if only Construct's hitting me? No, sorry, this is attacking Karn 2. This is attacking Karn 2. Sorry, I don't know why I thought this was attacking me, and obviously that is the case. But yeah, you know, so if I push the Ravager, then the Karn still dies because they modular out to here. So I have to push the Construct. Sorry, yeah, obviously. How do they Talisman? My Karn is dying, now they can Talisman. King, with 3 months, appreciate ya. You guys, come on. The Karn is dying, now they can Talisman. Will there be an update on Vampire Pox? Maybe one day. Map for Takenuma. We need to draw land. It's a line if we draw land. Yeah, I guess it's true if they Talisman, we get to Talisman too. So maybe they just don't want to this turn. Because we're not dead because they don't get the Ozolith counter. Hanging-back Walker is really bad for me. I guess the Voidwalker does stop the death trigger at least. I did draw a land. So how much mana do I have? I got a lot. I have 12 mana. So I can cast Voidwalker down to 10, Expedition Map down to 8 for Takenuma into Karn, cast Karn. Shadow can't block. Yeah, but Shadow stops the dying triggers, which I think lets me survive, right? No, it doesn't actually. Because of the second response in the Ozolith. I'm also, again, 1 mana short of Karn for Bridge. I guess they have the natural state. Sorry, I could have done all this. They have the stupid natural state. My other line is draw off Castle Locthwain. So my lines are Takenuma for Karn, play Karn. Or draw off Castle Locthwain looking for Damnation. They know that Voidwalker beats Modular. I guess we can cast the Voidwalker and see if they sack anything in response. I kind of like starting with this because I think either line ends up casting Voidwalker. Could get Karn first and see if they sack. If not, you can jam Voidwalker. I think you have to play the Voidwalker first, right? Because now them sacking is not that good. So let's just double check because we can Karn here by getting Takenuma, and if they sack Hangerback Walker. If they sack Hangerback Walker, then they don't get any tokens. They get 1 counter on the Ravager, 1 counter goes on the Ozolith. Then they can sack the Ravager to itself, which will have 2 counters. They can also sack the Wishclaw if they want, and so they can put 3 counters here, 3 counters, and we're dead. We're dead to that. So we're dead if they see the line, because again, Voidwalker can't block. Not enough mana. We have enough mana to cast Karn this turn with Takenuma. Is it modular off? Oh, modular is turned off. Obviously modular is turned off. Sorry. Also turns off the modular trigger. Okay, so in that case, they do still have the Ozolith though, so they can get 1 counter on the Ozolith, 2 counters on the Ozolith, 3 counters on the Ozolith. I think this is still the line. Yes, I think that there's a chance we survive with this line. Yeah, the other line is Castle and Pray for Damnation, which let's see if we would have hit. Would not have hit. At the very least, this line is cool. They didn't sack anything in response, so we just plus and pray. Now we are playing Invoke Departed. Invoke's actually been pretty good. I've actually liked Invoke a lot. But yeah, I think March is not that good. It's fine, but not correct to play. Yeah, like I was actually I agreed. I thought that there surely had to be some better like 4 or 5 mana value play, but Invoke actually seems really good to me. The more I've played it, the more I liked it. It also like is like, you know, castable like right on time, which is great. Dude, they're just attacking me. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. They're just attacking me. We know their hand is 2 marches. Okay, so I actually have outs here. Whoa! I mean, just getting Wurmcoil Engine is, like, really good. Do I have enough to cast Wurmcoil and Archon? I have 10, 12 mana. So I'm, like, too short. Is it better to Archon? I just want to make sure I don't mess this up. Is it better to Archon or to Wurmcoil? Draw with Archon first. I don't think I have enough mana to activate the second. Yeah, I don't have enough mana to activate the second Coffers unless I activate the first one first. Right? I guess I could just draw Coffers, yeah. Archon and get land. Yeah, no, well, hold on. I guess so if I draw land off Archon, hold on. No, I have to. The only way I can cast Archon is tap here, so I don't have enough to activate the Coffers again. So if I play Archon, playing Archon's got to be better. They can natural state the creature and block. No, oh, that I block. Yeah, of course. Okay, yeah, I think that's you're right. It's just Archon. Only line. Jeez, I can't believe we're like ahead all of a sudden. Also, by the way, the Archon versus Ugin conversation. Feeling like the Archon has got some more clout for that conversation now. Sphere for 3. Well, they have 2 natural states in their hands, so like we're definitely like wanting to Karn for something that they can't natural state. Another map. So I can map for another Cabal Coffers, but I can't activate Cabal Coffers this turn. Is there anything I can get for that doesn't that doesn't just get natural stated? Not really. Yeah, they can't state the Wurmcoil, but they can state the creature that Wurmcoil blocks. Was the point. Bridge is probably good. Sorry, it's not. we know their hand. Yeah, I know it can Spellbomb cycle. I think that it's probably just better to play Expedition map plus on the map. If they wanna natural state it, that's fine. You need to get rid of those states eventually. I mean, me attacking with Archon of Cruelty next turn gets rid of the natural states. I guess I'll leave it up natural state up the Voidwalker though. There's only 1 left in their hand now. What a crazy game though. Yeah, just ignore the chat. I know I can't activate map. Is that relevant that I can't activate map this turn? Like I know like getting another Coffers is millions more mana, but if I untap this turn I win. It's just, you know, the game is over if I untap. Ulamog being 10 mana is probably too much, but you know, something to think about, I guess. No, Torrent of Hailfire is not playable in Modern, in my opinion. As cool as the card is, I just think it's too bad. No, I'll only play 1 Takenuma. Alright, we should be good to go here. Start off by attacking. Yeah, I also am of the opinion that Phyrexian Obliterator is not a playable modern card, yeah. Alright, did we just grab the Wurmcoil Engine? Yes, I already have the Talisman wished for. I could maybe wish for something else. Alright, let's just get the Wurmcoil and be done with the match, I think. I have a really hard time imagining them beating it here. YOLO Citadel? We could, if they don't concede, we can Citadel next turn. But they're just also dead in the air. Any chance Noxus Gear was good enough? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. This has just kind of been the whole stream. Like, you know, I'm very much of the opinion that in a mono black deck with Karn, your Karn sideboard is more restricted than it is like a mono green deck. Where if you're a mono green deck, you're all ramp spells and you don't really have any dead cards in any matchup. When you're playing mono black, you're playing Fatal Push and Damnation. These cards are dead against big mana combo control, which is why I've got 4 Voidwalker and 2 more Tourachs to bring in for those matchups. And so you only get 8, in my opinion, 8 tutor targets for Karn. And so I am open to switching things. I think that that match probably sold me on Ratchet Bomb over Sphere of Annihilation. So like, while I'm not of the opinion, okay, our last league we were 2-0, then we lost to 2 Yorion decks, and now we're 2-0, and we're playing against another Yorion deck. And so like, I don't know how to reconcile that issue. And it's also always, this is something I don't say enough anymore, I feel, but it is always so much more helpful to me if you're going to suggest a change, like adding March, like what you think the change would be. Because any okay, awesome, it's just Texas. Any changes I see, any direction I see that like would be somewhat reasonable to play the March gets stuck for these reasons. Evan with the 25 months, appreciate you. You have a bad matchup against Living End, maybe. You have the main deck discard spells. You have sideboard Voidwalkers. I think Living End was my loss last night when I was playtesting the deck. I might be misremembering. I did a lot of playtesting last night. You can discard your Archon to Liliana. That would be pretty good. Volpert with the 11 months. Thank you so much. This matchup gets slammed by Living End Sideboard. Yeah, it's probably not great, but we also do get to bring in cards against Living End too. March over push, as March is way better with Coffers. It's not dead against control game 1 as a Cantor Waffers. Yeah. I think that is, again, like we kind of went down the rabbit hole a little bit already, right? Where like that is an option to go with. I think it is a reasonable plan. Like I don't think it is ludicrous to suggest this, but it is also true. Like playing March over Fatal Push in a format with Colossus Hammer, I think is incorrect. Is my current take. But yes, like I think your argument is fine, and I think that this is one of those like conversations where we end up getting a little stuck, where you think March is better than Push, I think Push is better than March, and we can maybe just be a little stuck and move on, and hopefully that's fine. Okay, opponent grabbed a Cauldron here, which is pretty bad for me. But I'm probably just going to Karn for bridge and hope. I guess this bridge is probably not that good because of all the Besieges and stuff. The life gain isn't unreasonable. Yeah, I mean, it's also like true, like March is a card that is like good when you have Besieges plus Urborg, right? I know that's a huge part of the deck, but also like when you have Besieges and Urborg and stuff to sink your mana into. Okay, let's wait a turn so I can keep the Karn around. When you have Besieges plus like, or when you have Urborg plus Coffers and you have tons of mana, like any X spell is going to look great. You know what I mean? But Fatal Push buying you time to assemble Cabal Coffers Urborg, in my opinion, is better. Where, in my opinion, just like being like Fatal Push makes it more consistent that you even get to the late game in the first place. Which again, I think is more relevant. What do you think of the green-white Texas list? I think it's fine. I think it's maybe a little underplayed. I think I probably should have cracked the map main phase too. You can Karn the Cauldron to unequip it, yeah. But it does become a 7/7 for a turn. Oh no, don't Avid Mind Censor me. No, I mean, this is what I get. I just absolutely deserve this. I didn't deserve this. Just drawing the Cabal Coffers anyways was certainly not on the list of things I deserved there. Golly, what a luck sack. Feel bad for that one. Okay, so opponent's hand is just Yorion. They could top deck a Skyclave Apparition or Besieges this turn to probably win the game. It does get harder starting the next turn though. 3 or so Cling Dust. I have 1 Cling to Dust. I think that Cling to Dust have pretty big diminishing returns. I think the second copy is like somewhat reasonable. If I Needle Besieges, that stops the channel ability of Besieges, right? Might be better to get Torpor Orb. I'm not sure. I think it does, yeah. They did get Besieges. Okay, well, easy decision then. And so now they're gonna need to draw a Skyclave Apparition, and I'm not even sure how many they play. But if I can get Needle on Boseiju, Torpor Orb for Skyclave Apparition, I don't know that my opponent can win. Me winning from that point is maybe going to be a bit of a challenge, to be honest, but it's a challenge I'm up for. Even Mind Sensor is kind of funny against Tutor. Boseiju, who shelters all, right? Who endures? Okay. Glad I double checked. Glad I double checked. Not gonna correct the map here, I think. Would not have been the most embarrassing mistake I've ever made. Yeah, his Yorion Boseiju mystery card, plays the Boseiju. Is this where Ballista help win through bridge? Yeah, this is what people keep saying, right? Ballista helps win from these spots. I don't really feel like I'm gonna have a problem winning this game though. Like I could be wrong, but I think it's not gonna be that difficult for me to eventually Damnation, overwhelm them with card advantage and win. Is kind of my my take here. But like, oh, they found a Skyclave Apparition, so I need to draw a discard spell right now. Fuck. Okay, so I can kill the Aven Mind Sensor with Bloodchief's Thirst. Plus on the Cauldron, because I take 7-11. They have Vial. They can't. I have Karn, so they can't activate Vial this turn. Yeah, I think I plus on the Cauldron. I'm taking more damage this way, but I can tank the hit. It's also true they probably have to kill my Karn too, so they Skyclave the bridge, kill my Karn, hit me for 8 down to. I guess they could get Karn for 1 if they wanted. Ballista feels like it deserves a slot. Yeah, I think you can make a great argument for Ballista deserving a slot, but I think that you don't need it to win games from this position. Like that's kind of my argument. But I do think you can make a fine argument for wanting the Ballista. Okay, so I can grab Damnation here off the Profane Tutor. I can also grab Archon of Cruelty. That might be better. Archon makes them sack a Stoneforge Mystic, and then their Batterskull's not really doing that much. Yeah, let's just grab the Archon. And I'll obviously I get a redraw too. But I could also maybe Takenuma the Karn back. Why not Karn? Get Karn for bridge. Oh, Karn for bridge off the Tutor because they exiled it. Is that better? I kind of don't hate this. That's maybe better. But I mean, I'm not sure like how they beat this because even if they Solitude it, we're just kind of doing fine. And I also get to Expedition map for Takenuma for Karn next turn. Yeah, the Takenuma's been great so far. There's Batterskull mystery card. What happens with Skyclave if you get bridge back, no token when it dies? I don't know. It's a good question. Okay, they top deck Solitude, but again, I get to gain 6 life, and I get to bridge next turn. Boseiju, I have Needle on Boseiju. What are you talking about? Oh, what is the Needle on? I see. That's what we're talking about. Get the bridge back. And then I'm just going to cling to dust for life here so I don't have to get hit by the Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, they are drawing hot, but so are we, thankfully. That's how you play taxes. You just draw your cards that you need on time. Your opponent's got a bridge, that's okay, I'm playing 80 cards, I'll just find the Skyclave. They played an Archon, I'm playing 80 cards, okay, I'll just draw a Solitude. that's how you play this deck, and if you can't do that, you should probably play a different deck. Alright, I'm gonna grab the Torpor Orb here. And we'll figure out a way to win. But they can't Besage you, they can't Skyclave. I think this is going to be really tough for them to win. To be fair, they go 3 times. Yeah. I'm not joking. I'm not being facetious. That is how you play taxes. And like you know, you're playing a linear deck. You're gonna have to play that way. And I'm not saying it's a not valid way to play. Okay, this deals them 2. They do get to sack the Oath of Nissa. They also have the Cling. Yeah, I'm not being facetious. Like, yeah, just that is actually my recommendation for how to win. All right, we did it. We did it without Ballista, huh? Okay, so I probably want the Tourachs. Pro white seems pretty good. I'm kind of down to trim a Thoughtseize and trim maybe the Cling to Dust. Why do people hate Yorion so much? I think people mostly hate like the 4-color Yorion deck. I don't think anybody like. I think people hate Taxes, and I think people hate the 4-color Yorion deck. I don't think too many people hate like the fact that Taxes plays Yorion. Don't they have Besage? We had Needle on Besage. Yeah. Karn can get cards that are in exile, and they had exiled my bridge with the Skyclave. Yeah, I know Evan. Evan is the biggest hater of Taxes in the world. Big rift in him and Spider's friendship, I think. All right, 24 lands, by the way. Yikes. No lander, no lander. Play around the Arbiter by playing the Delta here. How long do I plan to look in this archetype? I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I was talking about this earlier. I think I've been spending like too little time with decks lately. Just like playing a cool list for a few days, or like half a stream, or like a third of a stream, and just moving on immediately. So I don't know. I'll be here as long as I want to be. And that's not a great answer, but it's the truth. Unlikely to be more than like a day or two, but like I feel like I just need to be comfortable doing a full day of the stream, and I am so far. Dang it, stupid Sentinel is so good. I think we're just gonna pay for Arbiter this turn. Fetch the Marsh Flats. We're playing an Odyssey Invasion Standard. That was before my time. Non-basic lands enter tapped, huh? Pretty good. That's not a bad draw either. I would obviously love to kick it, but I think I just have to cast it as a 2/1, but it definitely will gum up the board pretty well here, I think. It's never too late to do taxes. Tell that to the IRS. I don't know if they'll agree with that. Yeah, I think this deck's this deck's really fun. I really do believe in the Cabal Coffers Urborg plan. The more I play with it, the more I see it in action, the more I think it actually has a lot of potential and power. I'd love to also get to push this turn cycle, but I think I just should be as mana efficient as possible. Yeah, Archon of Emeria makes all my lands that are tapped. Non-basic lands. It's like one of their 2 Arbiters, which is fine, I guess. Play a Castle. Castle is a way for them to kill Tourach. They Skyclave Liliana, which kind of surprises me that they would do this instead of just attacking it. Definitely not a big sign of strength from them. They'll let you do them, just charge you late fees and penalties. I guess you're right. Not that I would know. Always pay them on time. I actually did mine early this year because of the whole house stuff, which I'm pretty thankful for because they're a pain, and I put them off until the last week last year, and it was a busy week. So it does actually give me extra mana. Still restricted to 1 spell a turn, but I can actually now push on their turn if I want to. Ideally would be pushing the Archon, but we'll see what they even sacrifice, I guess, too. They lose 2 life. I draw 2 cards. They sack a creature. Yeah, this card has been really good. I think that it was a card I was also skeptical about, but the more I played, I do actually feel like it's a good fit here. Oh, sorry. You can't suspend Profane Tutor even though you're not casting a spell, because Archon says, or sorry, hold on. You can only suspend at a time where you could cast a spell. So I believe that you can suspend. You could like suspend and then cast a spell, but you can't cast a spell and then suspend into an Archon. Archon is so awkward, and that was both. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's okay to have like a little bit of tension in the Taxes deck because you have some control over how you deploy your threats. I think that I should push here because there's an Archon in play. And I'm going to Castle Locthwain. Yeah, so I should be able to go here. Suspend. Thoughtseize. Getting Avid Mind Censored, which is rough. One of the two Solitudes. Grow the Tourach, I guess. I think I activate the castle, taking 1 down to 6. Yeah, I'm gonna need to draw Bloodchief's Thirst and or Damnation and or Karn. No, I can't Karn because of the Archon. Well, I can cast Karn, I just can't get anything off of it and play it. I draw oh, the Profane Tutor is also like, you know, gets got pretty bad by the Archon. So I think I'm dead here. I shouldn't be able to push. I guess I shouldn't have played my land. I could have drawn a fetch land and then drawn push fetch land. But now I think I'm actually drawing dead. Damnation is dead to Flash Solitude. Ah, yeah, that's a good point too. Well, I technically would have another draw. Let's just go to game 3. Oh yeah, the Skycliff token. Yeah. That's okay. Just go to game 3. Get 3 on the play, which is obviously like always just such a big deal in this matchup. Fetch enters tap 2. No, because if they sack the, or so we go. Yeah, it does. Yeah, sorry, you're right. It just does enter tap. Oh, I was also at 2 life, so I also just get attacked by either creature I don't fatal push. I had to draw exactly Damnation or Archon of Cruelty then. I don't think damn it wasn't an out. Okay, let's keep this hand though. I do like this one. It's also pretty cool that yeah, I don't think I need to crack the Marsh Flats. I should though. I should just because of like Archon of Cruelty to just get the hold the basic in my hand. Okay, they have Archon of Emeria, Lead-In Arbiter, Batterskull, Oath. Yeah, I'll just take the Archon. I can push the Arbiter. Casey, thank you for 3 months. Appreciate you. Alright, so they go Temple Garden, Oath of Nissa, putting Stoneforge Mystic into their hand, which is fine. Now I'll play Urborg, suspend Profane Tutor. And we can push either 2-drop that they play. It's kind of awkward, I guess, if they go Stoneforge Mystic this turn and then Arbiter next turn. Then my Tutor becomes, look at the top, it becomes an Impulse, which is maybe okay. I do think, like, you know, Cauldron is really good against me, and killing Stoneforge Mystic's a big priority. I guess I'll fetch. Yeah, I think that Tutor just looking at the top 4 cards against the Arbiter is going to be okay here. We're pretty likely to find an impactful spell. Oh, sorry, I could just pay 2. Right. Yeah, I don't sorry. I always do this when I play against taxes. I always, like, this happens so often, I just, like, don't understand exactly what's going on. Yeah, we can just pay 2. And then I'm not sure what we're getting. Tourach seems fine. Invoke Despair is not that good, I guess, against the Oath of Nissa. If I play this Cabal Coffers, how much mana do we have next turn? So this turn we would have 5. Next turn we have 6, right? Where we go, or 7. We have 7 mana next turn. Swamp, play this, activate it, 5 mana, plus 2, 7, which is 1 short of Archon of Cruelty. 7 mana, it can be Karn Bridge, it can be I think Tourach's probably pretty good. I mean, we could just grab the Archon anyways. Grabbing Archon anyways probably fine. Yeah, Tourach is also like definitely the safer play if they do have some mana denial. Drew a Karn anyways. Yeah, I think just kind of like being like more like if they like Ghost Quarter my Urborg here, I'm just in so much better shape. There's Batterskull Cauldron, 3 mystery cards. Yorion in the hand. Okay, feeling pretty good about that. Yeah, I think the Cabal Coffers doesn't enable much this turn, but next turn it does enable me to have 10 mana, right? No, 9 mana. 9 mana. They discard Yorion, Castle. So okay, we'll play Coffers. Activate Karn. Pay. -2. I'm not 100% sure we're getting. I think I like getting Orb here. Orb seems pretty good. Next turn I might get the Citadel. Or maybe just the Wurmcoil. What are the 4 Karn targets you think would be the board if the metagame shifts? I have to pick 4? Do I have to? Can I just like say, I don't know, I'm just like still pretty new to the deck and trying to figure things out in this metagame. I like Liliana a lot. I think that's important for the deck's construction, so like you're not just like so full of removal spells that are dead against too much of the metagame. Yeah, Citadel's like definitely the fun line. It's maybe not correct. Alright. Land, Suspend Tutor, your turn. Lily is less than medium. I think that's a fine take. I've liked the card a lot so far in this shell, though. Spike, please write an article for me. Oh, you can read all my articles on Channel Fireball. Alright, this is fine. Karn's dead. I'm at peace with that, I think. Play lands. We get 3 life back. Oh, no, we don't. We don't. It's okay, though. You guys want to go to 1? Yeah, Profane Tutor costs 0 life, which is nice. You guys ever went to 1 before? Yeah, you get to, casting Tutor for free for Citadel is definitely a big part of the idea behind the card, right? Not that the Avid Mind Sensor because we have the Archon as a blocker. I'm just gonna pass. Oh yeah, now we can draw a castle. Could have gone to 3 and drawn it. Oh, so draw it off the castle, then card cast. Maybe is better. Solitude, pitch Solitude. Interesting. I have a really hard time thinking that they can attack with that this turn. Batterskull, I guess, here. Yeah. So draw Delta. Is this coming down this turn? It is. Cool. I cited out my Cling to Dust. I probably don't need to overthink this one too much. I think probably just grabbing an Invoke Despair is fine. I guess I didn't necessarily need to. It doesn't matter. Who cares? No need to nitpick this. They're just dead, right? Yeah. Okay, 3-0. We're doing pretty well with the deck today. We're what, 9 and 4. It's not bad. We talked about Defile. I mean, I just think like Defile would be like a card I'd be really excited for if Hammer Time wasn't a deck. Hammer Time is a deck though, and Hammer Time is a good deck, and it is scary one too. So I just, they always have 2. I have a hard time kind of justifying it, I think. Maybe one big Lily instead of one small Lily. Well, it's important to understand that I have a hugely disproportionate amount of suggestions from chat and on the stream, on every single stream, where I have suggestions for raising the mana curve and adding a cool grindy card. The stream has become disproportionately these suggestions, and it's just when you say big Liliana, like there's like 3, 5, and 6 mana Lilianas. None of them are any good. But you have to understand where I'm coming from, where there's just, again, a very disproportionate amount of suggestions in the chat for add a cool, expensive, grindy card that's super replaceable. Raise the mana curve, add a grindy card is like, it's so many suggestions. Gargantuan, thank you for 5 months, appreciate you. But why are you not playing my pet artifact for your card? It's a joke. Yeah, I got that it was a joke. Thank you. Gristlebrand, yeah. Yeah, no one wants to talk about the low curve, the enablers. They just want the big X spells. March is an X spell. Cabal Coffers, Urborg. You can do some digging in the Stream Decker. Yeah, they should be in the Stream Decker. Everything's there. You just have to do some digging. I finally added a panel to the Stream Decker down there, which is good. Okay, game 2. Fun matchup. Just casting Tourach is actually kind of fine in this matchup. I like bringing Wurmcoil too over, like, I maybe play 1 push, maybe 0 push. Leave the Spellbomb in the yard for Karn. Yeah, Tourach can give you really big. I'm trying to think like what hands I keep. I maybe keep some big mana hands with Karn, or just a Voidwalker, or both and a Cling to Dust. Let's go. Let's go. Kind of like the perfect hand. Uh-oh. Scary. How's Bolas to perform at 24 lands? I don't understand the question with 24 lands. This deck makes a ton of mana with Cabal Coffers Urborg, but it's a tutor target for Karn against decks that, against like control mostly, and it has been good, I think. Okay, so yeah, let me exile this Creeping Chill so they can't bring back their Silver Smoke Ghoul, or maybe it's better to get rid of the Conflagrate. I'm not sure, because then they get the creatures back. If they Conflagrate my Voidwalker, it kind of feels beatable. That if Voidwalker exiles the cards they discard, and then that's kind of like their whole turn. But then if I don't get the Creeping Shield, they get Goal of Malcolm. Yeah, I think this is better. And the drain happens, of course. I can't believe that I needed I have Cling to Dust into Voidwalker on the play. It might not be enough. It's kind of ridiculous. I think the Citadel comment was because you're reasonably likely to hit double land on top. Oh, I don't know. Citadel's, I think, a really good card advantage into 2-4 and control matchups. It doesn't feel like a mandatory card, but I have liked it. Deck techs are $10 or 2 gifted subs. Yeah, Torpor Orb does stop Amalgam. Okay. Looks like they're going to Conflagrate the Voidwalker, but not a terrible exchange for me. They don't have any dredgers in the yard. They have to discard at least 2 cards to kill the Voidwalker. And I've got Karn in my hand too. I don't have a Tormod's Crypt in the deck though. I do have a Nihil Spellbomb, but I can't, it's maybe a little slow. So they exiled Stinkweed Imp, Golgari Thug. Not too bad. I will cast the Thoughtseize and live to regret it. I didn't think that their hand was 5 dredgers. Tip, thank you for the 4 months, appreciate ya. But but they bricked pretty hard on their dredge. They still have a Dark Blast in the yard, but you know, not too scary, thankfully. They cast the Golgari Thug. Now we just Karn, grab Nihil Spellbomb. We can also cast Wurmcoil next turn, which is nice. Speed of Performance, appreciate you. How do I know if there are no more deck techs for the day? So the channel point deck techs are redeemable every 30 minutes. And you know, if you can't see it, it's not available. But and there's only 4 of those I think set a day. But I do as many of the $10 ones as people throw my way. Okay, so probably gonna be Wurmcoiling this turn. I can also go Profane Tutor, maybe Karn for bridge, maybe not. And play the Spellbomb. It's kind of close. Yeah, Wurmcoil seems... Yeah, I agree it seems pretty hard to beat. I could get a Wishclaw Talisman. It's kind of awkward now that... I could maybe get... Let me get actually Sphere of Annihilation. I can kind of maybe clean up their board a little bit. I kind of like that. Hips, thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate you. Doesn't it hit yards? Doesn't Sphere... Does Sphere exile graveyards? The beginning of upkeep exile Sphere of Annihilation. All creature... Oh, it exiles the cards. I thought it destroyed. All creature planeswalker cards in graveyards. Oh, I didn't know that Sphere of Annihilation was also graveyard hate. I had no idea. Cool. Thank you, standard player. Thank you. Okay, this is pretty gross though. Am I attacking here? Aspiring to read the cards. I had a loose idea what this did. I like it, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Am I dead to an Alpha Strike? That would be so embarrassing if I was. Through Wurmcoil on like this early in the game. So if I attack, I go up to 17. My opponent has 15. I think we're dead to an Alpha Strike. I have to draw like Damnation. Yeah, it's like not even close. I'm dead. I can also Cling to Dust here for life. So if I'm going to Cling to Dust now, I have to do it now. I go up to 14, block here, go up to 20. And I take 12, 18. I'm super dead. Alright, I declare this is unfair. Ban Dredge, whatever. Okay, keep this. Do we care about our yard more than being able to get back our graveyard hate piece with Karn? Alright, so you're saying Relic plus Karn is a better combo than Spellbomb? The problem is like Relic plus Karn is like an extra mana that's when you tutor for it. Yeah, we can get a 4-1 prediction going. Darkslick Shores, interesting. Yeah, Sphere does exile itself, so it is also interesting with Karn. Playing against Ad Nauseam. Let's see what we draw. Karn's a pretty good draw. I think I'm going to get Urborg here since we have 4 coffers and only 2 Urborgs. And hopefully we're not killed on turn 3. Maybe draw a Thoughtseize or something. I think I'm discarding the Invoke Despair. Why Sphere of Meatcook? Meatcook is an enchantment, apparently. It is kind of an interesting conversation, though, if Meathook is an artifact. What inspired this list? MTGO user and Twitch streamer Trellon has been playing a lot of this archetype and is pretty well known for doing some like interesting mono blue, blue green Team Tron variants. I also watched Everos play it on stream, and I had some ideas on how to innovate on the archetype and change some things. I feel like I've made some changes that have felt pretty good, where we're not playing March the March of Despair. Although I guess Trellon said that he was on pushes plus fetch lands recently. The list that I saw wasn't playing them. Can they beat a Torpor Orb? I think I'll just Tourach here, but they can. How do they beat Torpor Orb? I don't think that they can. If they have the Jace, they don't have the Jace. There's no way. They can have Lightning Storm. They just don't. They just don't have Lightning Storm. I really don't think they've main deck Lightning Storm, chat. Yeah, I think they just can't beat it without being able to counter it. I think I still like playing the Tourach first. If my opponent does have Spoils plus Oracle as their exact 2 cards, we lose this turn, but I think that's okay. Sometimes you lose. Oh, we can also actually kill Unlife with Invoke Despair. I forgot. Yeah, we should have actually cast Invoke Despair that turn. Sorry. I forgot that was something we can do. Yeah, and then next turn we go Karn Orb in one go. But we never punished though, or usually not punished. So we get the Thoughtseizes and or the Fatal Pushes and Damnations out of here. We also need to cut these Thirsts if we can. What are we playing over Thirst? I might play Coating. Just naturally draw the Coating. Seems not great. Could play the Sphere. For Sphere, I guess, gets rid of... This is just creatures and planeswalkers, right? Okay. There's nothing... Needle doesn't do anything. No, we can't play Wishclaw. Giving them Wishclaw is too risky. Spellbomb, yes. I think I'm down for Spellbomb to cycle. I'm kind of down for Spellbomb Coating. Needle Penta Prism. If you're not joking, that's fine. But for those of you who don't know, Needle does not stop mana abilities, and Penta Prism is a mana ability. Actually, let's play Citadel. Let's just play a Citadel. What does Coating even do? It just like lets me destroy a land the turn I play Karn if I draw it. But I think it's just better to play the Citadel. Oh yeah, I guess Needle would hit Wishclaw Talisman. Yeah, that is a good point. I think I put those 2 back. Oh, Spell Pierce Tom. I don't think that every version necessarily plays Wishclaw, but I imagine that most lists do. We may be getting wrecked on our Mold of 5. He drawn $10. Do you have a Decklist in chat? Is it Urza? Okay, cool. Third playing Shadow. Third place in the day 2. I guess day 2 didn't go that well, but good job on day 1. Okay, so one thing I don't really like about these lists, I don't really love playing 8 4-drops. Like I was playing 8 4-drops in the mono blue version, and it absolutely did feel like too many. Coffers pretty good draw. Yeah, 8 4-drops has definitely felt like too many in these affinity decks in the past. I think that Urza is better than Karn. Oh, they're not Angels Gracing first. They could just die here. What did they name? They named Thassa's Oracle, so there's a good chance we're just dead, I guess. Yeah, Expressive Iteration is also, in my opinion, a big trap in these artifact deck lists, because I think you really need artifact-based card advantage if you're going to be... Like, you need to be playing Thought Monitor if you want a card advantage spell in your artifact deck. It's just, you shouldn't be playing Expressive Iteration, in my opinion. Okay, we are dead. You can see how they sideboarded, though. See if they have any outs to the Torpor Orb. Yeah, it looks like they're still cold the Torpor Orb. Oh, what did they name? Oh, sorry. They named You Are Already Dead, of course. Of course they did. Oh, Otor, thank you. Still, like, not very many outs. Yeah, I think in my opinion you need to cut the Karns, cut the iterations. I don't know that Ragavan's great without much removal. I guess you have the Galvanic Blast. They're probably okay. But cut the iterations for Thought Monitors. Cut the Karns for maybe Thoughtcast. I also like haven't played much with Witching Well. I would play the 4th Moonstar prototype every single time, though. I would definitely play it over the 3rd Witching Well. I don't know that Witching Well is that good. I would maybe even play Hard Evidence over Witching Well. I've liked Hard Evidence in the past. I think you really want Flusterstorm over Spell Pierce, Test of Talents, and Affinity. Like those are you care much more about countering. We keep this on the play against Ad Nauseam. We have no turn 1 discard spell. We do have the ability to make a lot of mana, and we're a little bit more resilient to Leyline. Which I guess they didn't show us Leyline. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, I like the Sandborn. Okay, I think those are my thoughts. Obviously, like, there's just a million ways to go with these affinity lists. I think that this version also, like, for whatever it's worth, I think is worse than, like, the mono blue Urza lists I've been playing. I don't know how much, value you put on that, but that is also probably my opinion. Okay, Voidwalker is really good against them though, right? Because against Angel's Grace, obviously not as good as against a Phyrexian Unlife, but I can just hold up this to cast the Angel's Grace. Opponent suspends Lotus Bloom. If you ever hit Angel's Grace, you can't lose. Well, they have Oda War to bounce the Voidwalker. They suspend Profane Tutor. Yeah, I can attack next turn, or can leave this back next turn. I should be able to attack here. They can't kill you till you enter the Walker. Well, can't they go Spoils? Can't they go Phyrexian Unlife into Spoils Oracle and kill me? This only beats Angel's Grace, not Unlife. Invoke Despair is a really good hit, though. Because it makes them sack their Leyline. They do get to tutor this turn. They get both their suspend spells off, which is a problem. And not one we can solve this turn. Oh, the way this targets... Oh, dang it. Sorry. I didn't realize that targeted. Dude, imagine getting this Veil of Summered. Yeah, maybe this card's just too good in EDH if it doesn't target, right? Each opponent. I didn't have to imagine it. Brutal. Karn Liquimetal removal spell. I think what I'm gonna do next turn is if I get on tap, which is I think somewhat likely, my plan is gonna be to Voidwalker the Profane Tutor. Oh wait, the Profane Tutor I thought was coming down this turn. Whoops. Yeah, sorry, I thought they were Profane Tutoring this turn. Never mind. Yeah, Karn and Orb was my plan. Yeah, but sorry, I thought this was coming down that turn. Obviously not now. I guess so. Should I maybe tack a Numa to try to draw Karn? Oh, that's a void counter. Ah, I see. They took too long to resolve it. I got bored. Okay, sorry. It's also like, how am I supposed to know this? Like, I can't like right click. It doesn't tell me what kind of counter it is. Well, that's nice. It's written. One void counter? Where? Okay, I'll look later. Hold on. Anything I could tutor for? Not really, right? Just hover. I really don't. Oh, the one, there it is. I see. Now Thoughtseize. They still have Leyline. We're probably dead. Well, no, we're not dead, right? Because they're gonna Angel's Grace. Probably. They're either if they pay 5 mana, we're fine, and if they Angel's Grace, we're fine because we can cast Angel's Grace off the Voidwalker. So I think we're actually probably in pretty good shape. Can you pack their Thassa? I don't need to. I should be able to cast an Angel's Grace. We'll see what happens. Maybe they have an answer for Voidwalker. They are drawing a lot of cards here, though. They found an Unlife. They're at 5 life here, so if they hit another Ad Nauseam, they're dead. They have Otawara. Well, like, they don't have enough mana to bounce my Voidwalker and Angel's Grace on their upkeep and win. Only one Nas. Okay, I thought that they played more than that, but you're probably right. Down to 2. Still no Angel's Grace revealed. Could have one in hand already. Slaughter Pact doesn't kill Voidwalkers. Black. And we also didn't see a Slaughter Pact revealed, but they could have boarded it in for game 3. I mean, they wouldn't. We're a mono black deck. Yeah, they haven't, like, they're at 2. If they must not have Angel's Grace in hand, or at the very least they don't feel confident they can win. Okay, they found it. Now that they're at exactly 1 life, they found the Angel's Grace. What a crazy game. Okay, so now they have to Angel's Grace the Pact of Negation. I mean, they got 19 looks at an Angel's Grace, chat. You can't be too upset. And it's also like they're gonna have a really hard time beating my Voidwalker. Yeah. If they go Spoils Thassa, it doesn't matter because I can cast the Angel's Grace. And they can't pact it because it says split second. Yeah, I can't pact their Angel's Grace because the Angel's Grace is split second. So they just play the Unlife, play a land, and then they're gonna discard 12 cards, and it's gonna take 10 minutes for them to discard 12 cards. You can pact Negation the Oracle. No, that line is bad because we die on our turn, and then we die on our turn first before they die on their turn, and if they have, and that loses to another Pact of Negation in their hand. So if I draw a land, I can Takenuma Karn, right? This is going to be 5, 6, 7. I guess I could just... I obviously need to hold this in hand. I'm thinking. How did the deck feel? This deck's felt really good today, I think. We can't invoke because it targets. Yeah, we just have to Profane Tutor, Takenuma on instep, hope we're not dead, but... should be pretty hard to be dead here. Again, can't target with Invoke because they have Leyline of Sanctity. Takanuma's been an all-star today. Would never really want to play more than one, but we've mapped for it for a ton of times with a ton of mana. This turns off their Pinted Prism. I'm also going to grab Torpor Orb, which is pretty hard for them to beat. They're going to Otawara on instep. Yeah, but now they have to deal with Otawara and Voidwalker. I could also Needle Otawara. They're going to Spoils in response. They probably should use the Pinted Prism mana. What did they name? They named Pact of Negation. So I guess we lose? No, we don't lose necessarily. Hold on. What I need to do is I need to Spoils for my own Karn. How do I lose? So what they're planning on doing is Pact of Negation my Karn, Otawara on my instep to bounce Dauthi Voidwalker, and then they're gonna upkeep Angel's Grace, spoils Oracle. That's I think their plan. And they have 7 cards. I think it's pretty likely they have all that. They flipped all their Angel's Graces. Oh yeah, I guess that's important to check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that actually means if they pact, they have to pay for pact, which means we can't lose then. Yeah, I was thinking I could. Yeah, I guess I could also Profane. I could just Profane Tutor. Do we have a land drop this turn? No. Yeah, they have an unlife, but yeah, crazy game for sure. Can't they Pact of Negation, pay for Pact to do it next turn? Well, no, that doesn't. Well, I guess my Voidwalker has Summoning Sickness then. Yeah, I guess that my Voidwalker has Summoning Sickness. Good point. Good point. Okay, well, I mean, so what I should do if they pact my Karn, which is, it's so weird to me that they spoils for pact and then spend this much time thinking, but if they do Pact of Negation my Karn, I guess what I should do is Voidwalker to cast the Karn again. Okay, they're just letting it resolve. I don't know why. Now they can't. Oh, they're floating a mana. They're floating a mana so they can attack Enuma, but this doesn't even work. I mean, I'm just gonna grab the orb. So I grab the orb. I go to main phase 2. They bounce my Voidwalker or my orb. It doesn't matter which one. I just replay it. I know that I can't. I know that the Voidwalker will have Summoning Sickness and I can't Angel's Grace, but it doesn't matter because they can't. They have no Angel's Graces left in their deck. They have to pay 5 mana on their upkeep or they die. So they're just gonna die. Yeah, they just died. They're just dead. They're currently dead. Oh, they didn't pact. Right, they didn't pact. Sorry. I forgot that they didn't pact. Okay, so we just... I guess I could also tutor after the Otawara. I'm sorry, the game is just... It's such a headache of a game. They didn't Otawara. Well, I guess this game's over then. I know, it's so... I know, it... Sorry, I know we're kind of getting a little lost in the sauce too. Yeah, they should have Pinted Prism that turn. So what I need to do, I guess I have a Profane Tutor coming off suspend. They still have that Pact of Negation, and it's also true I don't have that many cards in my deck that even do anything on this board. Can I get up to 10 permanents for Bolas' Citadel? What is this game? I have 3, 4? No, there's no way. Yeah, I agree it's probably second Voidwalker. Yeah, Invoke does target. Yeah, Archon also targets. Liliana is very good against us. But I think what I have to do here is go... Get a Needle and the Needle Otawara. When a Tourach also targets chat. I don't understand how. I have one in my hand already, or did I draw it for turn? But Tourach also targets. I'll cast it. But it's with the GGs. We at least the next turn with Karn plus on bridge, right? That was one of the most complicated games I've ever played. To turn my phone volume off and blast in my ears. All right, we won somehow. We went 3-2, 3-2, 4-1 with mono black. Very consistent. The deck felt very solid all day. I do think there's like a lot of different directions the build can go. We talked about this a lot, obviously. The things I think that are pretty mandatory is that I think that for all the fatal pushes, Black March, Damnations you play, you need to have sideboard cards like Voidwalker and Tourach on the board to bring in for these cards. That's super important. So I think that in this build, like those cards are mandatory. Then you get 8 tutor targets for Karn. I think I want to play Ratchet Bomb over Sphere. Sphere was like pretty bad all day. Sphere was pretty bad all day. I think I'm probably not wanting to make too many other changes. I would like to play Walking Ballista. You could maybe play that over Citadel, but I think I like the Bolas of Citadel more. I got a VIP or Mod Redemption from Dixon. If you want to tell me which one you'd like to be, we can get that done real quick. I also think that I really like the 4-map 3 Profane Tutors to just enable Cabal Coffers Urborg. I think that you really don't want to mess with this very much. And I think that basically everything else is fair game. I think that the discard spells are really good. I think I would have a hard time seeing myself not playing 4 Thoughtseize, 4 Push in this deck. I don't think they're 100% mandatory, but I think the 4 Thoughtseize, 4 Push, 1 Cling are pretty good. I think the Karns are pretty good too. I think Invoke, but I think all of this you could mess around with. I think you could maybe find something better than Invoke. Invoke I think is good though. There's a lot of there's a lot of reasonable options I think for these 16 cards, and I would probably say that these 54 cards are probably pretty mandatory. So if you're thinking about approaching the deck yourself, that's kind of my advice for you. And we're probably going to keep messing with this. Wasn't it correct for them to play spoils for Pact on Prism, Bounce Orb? I don't think they want. Torment of Hailfire is not a playable card at all. Dixon, did you want to be a VIP or mod? Because we're wrapping up the stream.